The cooking oil sitting on your counter right now might have been extracted using a petroleum-based chemical, had its nutrients bleached out at high heat, and been sold to you under a label that a federal court found misleading, all before it ever touched your food. Canadians spend millions every year on cooking oils they know almost nothing about. Today, we fix that. 6 brands to ditch, 4 to actually trust. And I promise you, number 1 worst is not the brand you are expecting. Before we count down, 3 of the brands on this list are seed oils: canola, soybean, and corn. They cannot be pressed out naturally. They need a petroleum-based chemical called hexane to extract the oil, then get refined and bleached at high heat. And some of them carry omega-6 to omega-3 ratios as high as 46:1. The healthy target is 4:1. That is the last piece of context you need. Let us get into it. Coming in at number 6, we have no-name canola oil, sold at Loblaws, Superstore, No Frills, Zehrs, and Atlantic Superstore all across Canada. Canola is a seed oil, extracted from genetically modified rapeseed using hexane, a solvent derived from petroleum refining. A 2009 Cornucopia Institute study found hexane residues in commercial canola and soybean oils on North American shelves. You will not find any of that on the no-name label, because no name does not put it there. After the hexane extraction, the oil gets refined, bleached, and deodorized at high heat. Anything nutritionally useful that survived the seed gets stripped out in that process. The omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is roughly 2:1, the most tolerable on this list. That is the only compliment no-name canola oil is getting today. No name is Loblaw's budget private label. No name producer, no extraction method disclosed, no country of origin for the seed, no quality standard on the bottle. You are handing your money to a brand that tells you almost nothing about what you are actually buying. Multiple Reddit Canada users report the oil going rancid within weeks of opening, a classic sign of oxidized, poor quality oil. That is number 6. At number 5, a brand so old and so trusted that nobody questions it anymore. That is exactly the problem. At number 5, we have Crisco Pure Vegetable Oil, available at Loblaws, Superstore, Walmart Canada, Sobeys, Metro, and No Frills across the country. That word vegetable on the label, it means soybean. Crisco Pure Vegetable Oil is 100% soybean oil, a seed oil, hexane extracted from genetically modified soybeans. Crisco has confirmed both of those facts in their own product documentation. The omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in soybean oil sits around 7:1, already well past the healthy threshold before you count the rest of what you ate that day. Here is something worth knowing. Crisco was invented in 1911 as a trans fat product, partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil that was marketed as healthier than lard. It was not. The company reformulated in the 2000s after the trans fat ban, but research from the University of Florida found that the high-heat deodorization process used in refining soybean oil can generate unlisted trans fatty acids of up to 4.6%. Those do not appear on the label. You are cooking with a product that may still contain trace trans fats that nobody is required to tell you about. Crisco's century-old brand recognition is doing the work that quality should be doing. The green label, the familiar shape, Canadians trust this brand instinctively. What they are trusting is chemically processed soybean oil with a complicated history and an ingredient list that raises real questions. That is number 5. At number 4, we have Mazola corn oil, sold at Walmart Canada, Loblaws, Sobeys, and Metro stores across Canada. Corn oil is a seed oil, hexane extracted from genetically modified corn. Mazola confirmed genetically modified sourcing and hexane extraction when contacted directly by food journalists. And the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in corn oil, roughly 46:1. That number is not a rounding error. The research-supported healthy target is 4:1. Every tablespoon of Mazola is pushing that ratio further in the wrong direction. Mazola has run television commercials in Canada and the United States claiming their corn oil lowers cholesterol better than olive oil. Bold claim. The study behind it was partially funded by ACH Food Companies, Mazola's own parent company. Food policy researchers, including Dr. Marion Nestle, have documented that industry-funded nutrition studies are systematically more likely to produce results that favor the funder. Separately, heating corn oil produces acrylamide, a compound the International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies as a probable human carcinogen. Corn oil does contain plant sterols, which independent studies, not funded by corn oil companies, associate with modest cholesterol reductions. That does not undo 46-1. That is number 4. We are done with seed oils. At number 3, we move into olive oil. And the problem here is not what is in the bottle, it is what the label is allowed to say. If you are learning something here, share this with someone who cooks with these oils every single day. It takes 2 seconds, and it might genuinely matter for their health. Now, the top 3, this is where it gets serious. At number 3, we have Bertolli olive oil, available at Loblaws, Walmart Canada, Metro, and Sobeys stores across Canada. In 2015, a California federal court approved a class action lawsuit against Deolio USA, the company that imports Bertolli and Carapelli olive oils into North America. The lawsuit alleged that these oils could not legally be labeled extra virgin because refined oil was added to the mix, and that the phrase imported from Italy was misleading when the olives themselves came from multiple countries. The court rejected Deolio's motion to dismiss. CBC News confirmed at the time that Bertolli is also sold in Canada. Bertolli sells multiple tiers. Their Classico and extra light versions are highly refined olive oils. The refining strips out the polyphenols, antioxidants, and natural flavor that make real olive oil worth using. What you get is a neutral oil with an olive oil price tag, and almost none of olive oil's documented health benefits. On Amazon Canada and Walmart Canada, the one-star patterns are consistent. The oil smells off. It tastes like nothing. One reviewer described it as plastic. Multiple others say it does not behave like olive oil when they cook with it, because in its most refined versions, it barely is. That is number 3. At number 2, same story, but this one went to court, settled for $5 million, and the label had to change because of it. At number 2, we have Filippo Berio Extra Virgin Olive Oil, sold at Loblaws, Walmart Canada, Metro, Sobeys, and No Frills stores across Canada. In 2017, a United States federal court granted final approval to a $5 million class action settlement against Salov North America Corp., the maker of Filippo Berio olive oil. The lawsuit was filed by a consumer who said the front label, imported from Italy, was deceptive because the back of the bottle disclosed in fine print that most of the oil came from olives grown in Spain, Greece, and Tunisia, shipped to Italy only for blending and bottling. Salov denied wrongdoing. As part of the settlement, they were required to stop using the phrase imported from Italy on products that were not entirely from Italian olives. CBC News confirmed in 2015 that Filippo Berio is sold in Canada. The oil is blended from olives across multiple Mediterranean countries in proportions that shift each season based on commodity pricing. You are paying for Italian heritage branding. What is inside the bottle changes without notice. A blind taste test by Delish magazine, ranking 13 widely available olive oil brands, placed Filippo Berio at the bottom, describing it as muddy and without character. On Reddit Canada and Amazon Canada, the pattern is clear. Quality has noticeably declined in recent years. Bottles smell plastic, taste like nothing, come out different from the last one. Reviewers describe vinaigrettes solidifying in the fridge, a sign of added refined oils or waxes. Salov denied wrongdoing. The label has been updated, but the product remains a multi-country blend of unknown proportions, sold at premium Italian olive oil prices. That is number 2. Now, number 1. No class action, no viral Reddit thread. Just Canada's most trusted grocery brand, quietly selling you the same refined soybean oil it has always sold, and millions of Canadians buying it without a second thought. And at number 1, the one that is going to surprise most of you, we have President's Choice Pure Vegetable Oil. Sold everywhere Loblaws operates. Superstore, No Frills, Zehrs, Atlantic Superstore, Value Mart, and independent grocery stores all across Canada. The ingredient list on the President's Choice Pure Vegetable Oil reads soybean oil. That is the entire list. Soybean oil is a seed oil, hexane extracted, genetically modified, nutritionally compromised by refining and bleaching. The exact same product profile as Crisco at number 5. No extraction method disclosed. No genetically modified status declared. No quality standard of any kind on the bottle. Here is why this is number 1. President's Choice is the most widely purchased private label brand in Canada. Loblaws operates more grocery banners than any other chain in this country. Superstore, No Frills, Zehrs, Value Mart, Atlantic Superstore, Independent, and more. Canadians reach for the PC label specifically because it signals reliability. They are not questioning it the way they might question a brand they do not recognize. That trust is the product. And what is inside the bottle is commodity soybean oil that does not come close to earning it. The PC Organics line is a completely different situation. We cover that in the best picks coming up right now. Number 1. Not because it is uniquely more toxic than everything else on this list. It is not, because more Canadians buy it, trust it more blindly, and question it less than any other oil here. That combination is what earns it the top spot. Alright, that is the 6th worst. Now let us actually fix this. There are 4 oils available right now at major Canadian retailers that are genuinely worth your money. And 2 of them will cost you less per liter than some of the garbage we just covered. Here is where you start. Coming in at best number 4, and yes, this is the same brand as number 1 worst, we have PC Organics, Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil, available at Loblaws, Superstore, No Frills, Zehrs, and Atlantic Superstore. The PC Pure Vegetable Oil is soybean garbage. The PC Organics Extra Virgin Olive Oil is a different product line entirely. It is cold extracted from organic olives and confirmed third-party certified. President's Choice states on their website that all PC Organics products carry third-party certification. That is the minimum bar for a credible olive oil claim, and this one clears it. The limitation is that there is no harvest date and no single country origin transparency. So it is a best pick at this price point, not a best pick overall. Price: approximately $10 for 500 milliliters at Loblaws stores. Good budget entry point. The next 3 picks are better. That is best number 4, a decent starting point, especially if you already shop at Loblaws. But at best number 3, we have a brand that will actually show you exactly when and where those olives were picked before they became your oil. No brand on the worst list comes close to that. At best number 3, we have Terra Delissa Premium Extra Virgin Olive Oil, available at Walmart Canada, Loblaws, and Metro stores across Canada. Terra Delissa takes traceability seriously in a category full of brands that actively avoid it. The bottle has a QR code. Scan it, and you see exactly when the olives were harvested, when they were milled, when the oil was tested, and when it was bottled. That level of transparency does not exist anywhere on the worst list. The oil is first cold-pressed, has won multiple medals at the New York International Best Olive Oil Competition, and comes in a dark glass bottle because light destroys olive oil, and brands that use clear or plastic bottles either do not know that or do not care. Consumer reviews across Walmart Canada and Loblaws consistently describe the taste as grassy, clean, and genuinely olive-forward. Price: approximately $10 to $17 per liter, depending on retailer and sales cycle. Excellent value for a fully traceable, award-winning product. That is best number 3, traceable, award-winning, and available at Walmart Canada. At best number 2, we have the best price per liter of any verified extra virgin olive oil in the country, and it is sitting at Costco. At best number 2, we have Kirkland Signature Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil, available at Costco Canada. Kirkland's Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil is Bureau Veritas certified. That is an independent third-party food testing organization founded in 1828, operating 1,600 labs worldwide. Not a sticker the brand printed themselves. The UC Davis Olive Center has also confirmed Kirkland as legitimate extra virgin olive oil in independent testing. It is cold extracted, certified organic, and carries a harvest date on the bottle so you know exactly how fresh it is. Third-party testing found polyphenol content at 370 milligrams per kilogram, which exceeds the 250 milligram threshold required for a European Union heart health claim. Over 6,000 reviews on the Costco website average 4.8 stars. The main limitation: it is a multi-country blend with limited origin detail beyond organic certification, and the large format means you need to use it before it oxidizes. Price: approximately $20 for 2 liters at Costco Canada. The best price per liter of any verified extra virgin olive oil you will find in this country. That is best number 2. The best value per liter of any verified extra virgin olive oil in Canada, sitting at Costco. And at best number 1, we are switching oils entirely. If most of your cooking is high heat, what we just covered is not actually the right tool. This one is. At best number 1, we have Chosen Foods 100% pure avocado oil, available at Costco Canada and Costco Business Center Canada. Here's the thing most people miss about olive oil. Even a good extra virgin olive oil starts to break down at high heat, which means you are destroying the very thing you paid for every time you crank up the burner to sear something. Chosen Foods. Avocado oil has a smoke point of 260 degrees Celsius, that is 500 degrees Fahrenheit. It holds up where olive oil falls apart. The extraction method is expeller press. No hexane, no chemical processing. The oil is non-GMO verified, single ingredient, and confirmed listed on Costco Canada's website in a 2-liter bottle. The nutrition profile is high in monounsaturated fats, the type both the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization associate with cardiovascular health when they replace saturated and trans fats in the diet. For high heat cooking, this is the cleanest, most stable option on this entire list. Price: approximately $18 to $22 for 2 liters at Costco Canada. And one more before we wrap, not a best, not a worst, just one worth putting on your radar. Dolce olive oil, sold at Freshco and Sobeys stores across Canada. Dolce sells 3 olive oil tiers: a pure olive oil, a light taste, and an extra virgin. The first 2 are not extra virgin. Pure and light taste are refined olive oils, industrially processed to strip out color, flavor, and the polyphenols that make real olive oil worth buying in the first place. That is the exact same problem we covered with Bertolli at number 3. As for the extra virgin version, there is no country of origin disclosed on the product listing, no named producer, no extraction method, and no independent quality testing I can find anywhere. Zero paper trail beyond the Freshco product page. That is not proof the oil is bad, but it is proof the brand is not interested in being transparent. Not enough data to rank it on the worst list, but nowhere near enough transparency to earn a spot on the best list either. If you see it on the shelf, now you know what questions to ask. That is the full list. 6 brands to stop buying and 4 to replace them with. All available at Canadian retailers, all based on real sources you can check yourself. The full source list is linked in the description below. Drop your current cooking oil in the comments. Is it on the worst list, the best list, or somewhere in between? And if this video saved you from buying something that was not worth your money, share it. Most Canadians never hear any of this,